Wah! Hello there, everybody. Oh, we've gone through the Halloween scares and fun, and now here we are talking about awakened sales. Wow, you awakened, yes, sales. Yeah, I like sales, but I don't know if I want sales. All right, that's a typical response, at least for a lot of people who are spiritually oriented, creative people. Those of you that are so connected, are feeling that deep connection with Source and want to rock it out. It's time to get real and to allow ourselves to face things about getting real. Wow, getting real, that sounds like a stern lecture from a father or something, right? So what do I really mean about getting real? What is that really all about? And is it as scary as it might sound like to some people? So let's talk about that, getting real. And then what does that mean as we talk about today about what that means for how to dial in new clients, typically, the typical essential ingredients to gaining new clients, and also how to increase the value that you're giving to your clients right away. Like, how can you increase that sense of value that you have more confidence in what you're sharing, even more confidence, and then therefore more confidence to charge, receive money, and to receive more money for what you have to offer. So we're talking about those practical things to get started. And practically speaking, then, well, I'll do energy scanning for the group, and then I'll do energy scanning for you individually, and then we'll do the channeled messages as always in a channel prayer. So let's get into it with the getting real part. This could be a big topic, actually. Getting real, from an awakened sales perspective, is really allowing ourselves first and foremost to recognize if we really are being fully connected in the first place, right? So our connection, number one, are we really being connected? And we're all going to have the sense of losing connection and being thrown by energies and our emotions and everything, but are we rooted? Are we centered? Are we experiencing that love and that connection, or even just the stillness within, and then the bliss and the wonder and the childlike wonder of life from that place? Because that, if you feel joy, when we get real, the truth is, for those of you listening, you want it to be fun. You want it to be joyful, right? You're not looking to get real in a way that, tense your head and you're going to make something happen. You're not looking for that, right? So, but getting real for you is about, I know I'm infinitely connected within myself. I'm infinitely connected with everything. Therefore, it should be really easy to manifest my purpose. It should be able to be easy. I should be easy to do so. Getting real is about realizing all those things are true, and that we don't have to gonna make it happen. We don't have to do that. So anything that you have to do that seems mundane in your business, just make it fun. People, it can be fun. Get real. It can be fun. All right. So I'm saying there are practical things you do want to do so that will lead to success in your business that a lot of you are missing, that are the typical essential ingredients to gaining new clients easily, but you're approaching it in the wrong way. And you're not even doing it because you don't want to approach it in the typical way. So what do I mean by that? Okay, what am I pointing to? So the typical way to get new clients these days, right, whether you're filling a high-end group or high-level one-to-one, and then there's always all the other things you can sell, but let's just talk about those categories. Selling people into something that's high ticket is usually an enrollment call, right? Some sort of consultation or whatever you're offering is that step to connect with somebody and make them that offer. And again, I might say it here like a million times going forward as a reminder, most people are just not doing enough consults. They're not getting in front of enough people consistently. And then they look at their sales and are like, well, why don't I have sales? How many consults did you do? How many consults did you do in October? How many did you do? Did you do 3 or 4 or 5? Did you do 6? And you're like, where's the clients? I did 6 consults. Well, how about try doing 6 consults a week, or at least every other week, like just maybe 3 a week. I used to do 13 consults a week when I was trying to really get going in the first place. I was doing 13 a week. I found the time, I created the time because I was very interested in serving people. I was very interested in seeing the success. So you have to get real about making enough offers. There's all different kind of closing percentages with doing consults, but I don't care about that as much as you guys doing enough consults, because the closing percentages are going to vary. I'll say, like, early in my career, I would notice, like, I could do 10 consults and have 0 clients. And then all of a sudden, like, I could have like 5 out of 5 say yes, right? So whatever that's about, something in the energy, something about my mindset, whatever. Those are all interesting questions to ask and to see if there's something we could tweak. But are you doing enough consults in the first place? So listen, I mean, most people are just not willing to do what it takes to get in front of people to do these consults, because you think you need to do a Facebook Live like I'm doing, or you need to have a list, or you need to, I don't know, like you have to have all these different, you have to have a live event first, or a master class, or a webinar, then you invite them into something. You don't, and that's one of the things about getting real. All you need to do is authentically connect with people and allow and lead with your heart. Lead with your heart. Connect with people. Connect with people with your heart, and offer your genuine heart with people, with what it is you're interested in serving the world with. Connect with people with your heart. You don't, Facebook Live, hey, I'm doing a Facebook Live. All these things are fine and great and dandy. And the most direct path is just to reach out to people that you know and that you have access to on social media networks, or just any of your networks, however you're connected with people. But like, allowing yourself just to make offers. It's so simple, it's so easy, and just to fill in your calendar with consults, to finally do that. So I'm talking about just very practical things. Is it true that people need to get to know you first, and like, know, and trust factor, that old wisdom that we've been given? Not so much. I mean, I'm not going to say it's not true at all, but people just want you to show up and love them, and clearly provide the value that they're looking for. Bring them a transformation. What transformation are the people you're intending to serve? What are they looking for? Do you even know who you're trying to serve? If you don't, then that's where we need some time, some inward time, to tune in a little bit more and see who you're meant to help. So if you really know who you're meant to help, you talk directly to their top pains, their top things they're looking for, right? Just basic marketing. And you show up genuinely in your heart to serve that market on a regular basis. You see it as your sacred duty to get in front of them and give them value freely, and then to make an offer for them to gain more. Those are essential ingredients. You need to show up in the marketplace, typically with a consult offer. Again, you don't need to go through a whole process. You'll do a challenge first, then we're going to offer a consult, or do an event first, do a webinar first, we'll do a Facebook Live first. You can do that. I do things like that. That can be very helpful. It depends on what you're offering. But if you're offering one-to-one, like a lot of you do, really all you have to do, I mean, especially then, and it could be true even with a group, all you have to do is meet somebody, share authentically from your heart how you serve, and say, hey, I'd love to offer you a consult. That's all you need to do. Just say, I'd love to offer you a consult, no pressure. I'd just love to serve you in this way. If it feels good to you, let me know. We have beautiful things on social media these days, folks. We've got voice clips we can do. We've got videos we can do through direct messaging, right? Voice clips, video. So I'm sharing this as a strategy because I've gained clients from people that didn't even know me before I sent them my first DM voice clip. And it can be that simple, but we're just making it so hard. Just trust, follow your heart, follow your guidance to share with people, to offer consults. And the right people will say yes. If they've gotten 10 consult offers that day, let's just say that happened. They got all these, oh my God, you guys, leave me alone. The one person that's the right person at the right time with the right message and with that genuine heart is the one that they're going to say yes to. What people don't like is if you just send them a bunch of texts and say, oh, here's 10 points why you want to get a consult from me. They're like, okay, you're just trying to sell me into, so I don't feel your heart, I don't feel your love. Out of here. More than anything, I feel people are very intolerant these days. Again, anything could work, but like people are a little bit more intolerant, to not feeling the energy. So if you can just bring that felt energy from your heart, live your whole life that way, of course, and you come from your heart, like, listen, I just really like to support you in this way and give you this consult or whatever you offer, discovery session, whatever it is. Allow people to meet with you, and you do, I promise you, if you do, 10 or 12 or 15 of those a month, if you even do that, and like I said, I used to do 13 a week. There was a time when I used to do 13 a week. You will have new clients. You'll become prosperous. You do that, and you just add in a few things like referrals and, all the other, different things you can bring in higher quality consults. That's great. But I think there's so much, focus on get to your ideal client, do a talk, do a webinar, get them in your funnel, get them to the tripwire, get them there, do that, do this, make them do that, manipulate them into this, allow yourself with Awakened Sales. It's like, I'm here, I'm here to serve. I'm just here to serve, and allow your intuition to guide you to the right people and to actually take tangible steps to reach out to them while you work your energy magic to call them in magnetically, like we do. Like, for example, on these lives, we do things like that, right? Like the Meditate Make Money meditation I have that I always talk about, right, on my podcast, and sometimes I mention it here on my website. You just tune in, and what comes through, take action on it. It's easy, the Meditate and Make Money way. Just follow what you know to be true, take action on it, and then that's getting real. So that's huge. So you're adding a lot of value just by being present, by showing up differently than other people that are just trying to hook them into something. And you're awakening yourself more fully, you're awakening others more fully at the same time. And when you do it this way, if you're willing to say the things that, where you can add value is to say things too that other people aren't willing to say. Listen, I love you, but I feel like if you don't take care of the situation, it's not going to be good. I mean, I'm not going to say you're going to die, but it's a possibility. I mean, you can say it any way you want, but to go to those uncomfortable places, to say things. A lot of times people are on consults. Where do people blow it on consults? I train people, hundreds and hundreds of people on consults. People don't presence people's pain enough. You don't presence the suffering that they're going through. You don't have to, again, like put the knife in and twist. That's manipulation. You don't need to manipulate people. I mean, although if you're going to manipulate them to help them, it's not optimal, but at least you're going to try to help them. But like, just to be real with them, be present, have them feel what's coming up, allow yourself to feel the pain that they're feeling. Listen, you have this issue with your health. If you take these steps to work with me, the unconscious triggers that keep you eating that way, we can clear those, or whatever it is you do, we're going to clear those things up. How would that feel to be free of that pain? Asking just natural question when they're like, yeah, but what's it cost? That you don't allow them to bypass the process of feeling the opportunity to say yes to a transformation. That adds value. Most people aren't patient enough to go through a process. They're just like, okay, let me just throw a price out there and see if you want to hire me. Then, most of the time you blow it, you lose a client. Somebody could have been a client if you were willing to have a conversation about how it's affecting them and really mixing it up with them. So if you're willing to take a stand for people that's stronger than anybody else is taking, people are more likely to hire you. You're more valuable. Oh, wow, you'll take a stand for me. You're not going to listen to my stories. That's helpful. That's helpful. We don't want to be with our stories, right? Don't want to be with your own stories anymore. Don't want to be with other people's stories. Be with the real deal, the truth. Get real with people. That's going to add value. Just realizing that what you offer, your services you offer are priceless, that's going to make you invaluable when you start realizing that. Because everybody asks, what are your services really worth? They always say priceless by the time we get done with the process, right? There is no amount of money that would reflect the value of it. So if that's true for all of you guys as well, and I'm sure it is, then all you're not asking people like, to invest millions or hundreds of thousands, right? Typically, or even 100K. Like that's usually the biggest offer in the industry by, usually there's always other people, right, that charge more. But, what is it that you can offer that feels like it's going to bring a massive transformation to somebody? It's going to be exactly what they're looking for, that you could easily charge at least 5 or 10 or maybe even 20, 30, 40, $50,000 for. Or even 5. Start even with 5 if you haven't done that before, right? 10,000, right? So what is it that you can do, realizing it's priceless already? You're not going to charge what you could charge for it. What are you willing to charge for it? How else can you add value? Be willing to take a stand for people where maybe you make half of the money contingent on results, the results they get. Of course, you can kick them out of your program if they're not doing anything and not doing what they're supposed to do. But say, I got a satisfaction guarantee. You're going to feel like this or that. If not, you can quit at any time. Or, it could be like, once you get these results, then you could, you pay me the $5,000 up front, $5,000 at the end once you get all the results. A very enlightened way to do it, right? That way it's a real investment. It gets started. You're really both committed to the results. You're clear about the results. These results are happening. And then this next payment will be made, right? So there's just tons. I'm just giving you, I love to give you guys just a smorgasbord of quick tips in a quick amount of time on these Facebook Lives every week. So that's what I have for you today. A lot of stuff in there for you. So Lisa's put in a bunch of amazing notes. Good point, not enough consults, to use time wisely. Want to talk to the right, most ideal people. Yeah, absolutely. A lot of times we're just, and I've done it. I mean, I just keep doing the same things and like nice marketing and like, I'm going to get all my posts out and do this, and then you're not getting any clients from. Well, then maybe it's not worth spending much time on, or any. Tips, she says: lead with and show up with heart. Ask, say things others aren't willing to say. Aren't willing to be willing to share things and presence their pain. When you do it, adds value. It does. It adds value. People may not like to feel uncomfortable. You may not want to feel uncomfortable, but that's where awakened sales comes in. It's like, be awake enough to be willing to feel uncomfortable. Do you feel uncomfortable when you start your meditation sometimes? Oh yeah. If your mind's really active, you're like, oh my God, I gotta meditate. Oh my God, can I skip this today? I got a lot to do and I'm worried and blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden you get calmed down. You start saying, oh, the mind is racing red. Then maybe 10, 20 minutes in, or whatever your time frame is, or a few minutes in, you start dropping in, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I just don't want to leave meditation now, right? So that's the same thing when we're not willing to go to these uncomfortable places and consults. Like, it's not that there isn't amazing presence within that, something amazing. If we're willing to presence it, it's going to create, when you stay with it, you don't jump out of your own presence with presencing what's actually there, it's going to create a breakthrough within you, within them, within the oneness of all of it. It's going to start creating a breakthrough. When breakthroughs start happening on the spot, and people start to feel that, and they start getting committed to the full transformation, that's where people will be willing to hire you almost no matter what. Like, so do they need to like you for that? Maybe not. They might love you instead, all right? Do they need to know you, obviously? Do they need to trust you? Well, they'll trust you by how you're showing up. If you're showing up in a way that is powerful and that feels like will lead to results, they will get it. It's that whole thing about the impression of increase, they call it, right? If you can give the impression of increase to people through hiring you, and it feels like the increase feels more than what the investment is, or is more important than the investment they're putting in, they'll always do it. People will always ultimately do it. Oh, they might not be able to afford it. Yeah, maybe. But a lot of times people will figure out a way to afford it, either now or in the future, when you're really clear. And when they're really clear and you're really clear, Oh, well, my clients never seem to be decisive and clear about hiring me. Are you decisive and clear about people hiring you? Then if you're not, they won't be, right? They're just mirroring you. So whatever you're seeing by your potential clients, whatever they're saying, however they're acting, again, they're mirrors. If we say our relationships are mirrors, our prospects are too, right? They're our mirrors. They're showing us ourselves. So let's start addressing those things right away, right there in that moment with them. Well, I believe, if you want this, I'm not telling you you have to do anything. I'm not here to pressure you. But I believe if this is correct for you, there's a way, there's possibly at least a way for you to afford this. Can we talk about that? Yes. Before you know it, people are bringing out their credit cards or whatever. They're looking at their bank accounts and they're doing what they need to do to work with you, and they're thanking you. They're loving you for it, So you have to be willing to presence the opportunity and help them, help yourself, help them, help yourself and them to be able to see the value, and then to get out of your stories so they can get out of their stories in that oneness field. Like your story might be, no one can afford me. I hear that one from people all the time. It's so much nonsense. It's possible you're focused on the wrong people, right? You keep talking to the same old type of audience. Yeah, no one can afford you. You need to raise your vibration, raise your consciousness, start seeing the unlimited wealth that's within you and everybody, and you're infinitely resourceful, and so is everyone else. And you start targeting more and more people that are at a higher level, whatever that means for you. Maybe they're a higher level of income, but not always. Maybe they're just a higher level of commitment, which is far more important than level of income. There's people with tons of income, tons of money that aren't willing to invest. Hey, I got a lot of bills. I might have millions, but I got a lot of bills. It's kind of tight right now. I know people like that, okay? That doesn't mean they're going to be more committed. Doesn't mean they'll sign up easier all the time. Doesn't always mean that. So, but where there's high commitment, there's high investment. So reconsider, who are the people going to be most committed to working with me right now? Where pain point are they in right now? Now, again, this is all marketing 101, but guys, these are the essential ingredients, the essential ingredients typically for people to hire you. Now, some people do just want enhancement, and maybe they're fine and they don't have a big pain. But usually with enhancement, people are concerned about the downside if they don't enhance. Boy, I'm going to be I don't know, they might think this, whether they should or not is another story, but literally, where are they? Oh, I'm a schmuck if I don't improve more and if I don't get more gains in this area of my life. That's what they're thinking. You just want to bear that in mind. That's where their consciousness is. And then you may need to speak to those things. So anyway, so those are some of the practical things to be thinking about. I'll say it, one of the most practical things I can tell you to do too, to help organize your focus and forces on your marketing and how to approach people to be more effective and get your messaging clearer, is, again, just think about those top 20 to 50 pains that they have and top 20 to 50 benefits that they'll gain, that they'll gain through working with you. What are the top 20 to 50 things, pain removal, just even possibilities of all the things that could be removed, all the things that could be gained? Come up with those lists, come up with your top 3 to 5 on each list. You've got a sales page, you've got marketing copy, you've got whatever you want. You've got all those things to share with the world now. And even when you're having conversations with people, if when you're doing the direct messaging and things like that I recommend, because you know why I recommend that? All the other strategies, you're just wondering if it's going to work. You might have to invest money to figure it out and everything. Honestly, anyone can figure it out if you just direct message people enough. Eventually, you'll figure it out. You will have new clients. Oh my God, everybody will think I'm a pariah. I'm just constantly after them, to work with me. No, they won't. Not if you come from your heart and you look at it as you're just there to serve them. Probably almost no one will think that. No one will think that. They'll think, thank you for the offer, is what people are going to think. You're going to get that 90% of the time or more. If you're genuinely coming from your heart, you come in a clear way with people, and it could be the fastest possible way to grow your business, because you don't have to learn anything really. Just start doing it. Yeah, there are things I could teach you to do with that, but if you want that, let me know. I'm happy to share the approach to do it, but to make it maybe a little, to help you to figure it out a little faster, but it doesn't take that much time if you're willing to commit yourself to it. Anyway, so those are some practical things I wanted to share with you today. I just insist that you have fun doing it. Even, you might feel uncomfortable doing any of these things, but that's where the breakthrough is. That is where the breakthroughs are. Like I said, just meditate can be uncomfortable. You don't want to do it. I don't want to have to meditate right now. We aren't always like joyful about doing some of these things, right? So, but when you actually do it, you realize how important it is and how much value there is in it. And then you feel the bliss, you feel the joy, you feel the love, you feel the shift inside yourself, and you're so glad that you took those steps. And you begin to wonder, why didn't I do this earlier? You don't want to think like, don't do these things I'm talking about. And then like, a year or 2 or 3 or 5 from now, you're still not doing it. You're like, and then finally you do it. And then you're like, oh my God, why didn't I do this 5 years ago? I remember Daniel talk going on and on about this stuff. Why didn't I do it back then? So you definitely want to start now. Don't keep waiting. Keep waiting and waiting. All right. Let's get into the scanning, okay? So let's go into that next. Yes, Lisa talked about the impression of increase. Yeah, that is huge. People feel the impression of increase, they buy, they invest. And then BJ said, thanks, good info. Okay, hey, it's good to see you here. All right, so let's do some energy scanning for whoever's tuning in right now and who will be tuning in later. Just see what's going on with your energy and what messages want to come through, whether they be practical or more esoteric. I'm for all of it, guys. I think it's all important. So let's go ahead and tune in. Okay, I'm seeing this big gulp and sweating. You're like, oh boy, and this sweating energy. And I know it sounds kind of crude maybe, but like I get this sort of image then after that of someone trying to go to the, do a number 2, that they're on the toilet and sitting there, oh my God, I wonder, is this going to take effort? Is it... Is it actually going to work? Is this going to happen? As a kid, I don't know how many kids feel this way, but a lot of kids I know have that. I don't know. I probably had the thought like, oh my God, what if it doesn't come out and everything, right? But, you learn to get past that, most of us, right? I mean, who knows? Some of us might have those fears. But we get past that. Oh, I know it's going to work. My biology knows how to work. It's going to work. So, okay, sorry, this is the example that came through, but it's the same thing with what I'm talking about. You might feel like, oh my God, it's time to do this thing and to offer consults and then do the consults and make an offer there. Oh my God, I'm concerned I'll look like a fool, and get over it. You're going to feel like a fool. You're going to feel like a fool. Those that are willing to feel like a fool will succeed. Those that are willing to feel like a fool will succeed. If you're not willing to feel like a fool, you will not succeed. You will not grow. You will not expand ultimately. You got to be willing to feel that feeling and then let it become false. That you're no fool. You were doing exactly the right thing, right? And that you have to trust that there is a grace. There's a grace of life or of God or however you want to look at it. But the grace of life will provide. It is going to deliver the results. It's not you so much as the grace of life delivering the results. Like, in other words, how can I promise that I can help these people with these things and to make a guarantee? Daniel even talks about guarantees. How can I do that? How could that be possible? But that when you align your intent, your trusting source is providing the result. And when you bring your fullness into that intent, and you relax, and yet be relaxed, you're allowing that to happen. So, okay, I'm going to reach out to 5 people today for consults, and I expect at least 3 or 4 or 5 of them are going to say yes, right? Just to say yes. Just to say yes, I'm going to do that. I'm going to trust. Daniel says it works. You just relax, you tune in, you reach out to the people you're guided to, and then it works. And I can do it in my own rhythm, my own pacing. I don't have to do it some weird way. I don't have to be like a factory worker to do it either. You know, because that's what I think we resist. We don't want to keep doing industrial age energy, right? We want to be integrating the higher dimensional self with grounding and landing here on earth so we can experience heaven on earth. So on a practical level, it's like, okay, are we listening more deeply how this can happen in the most lovely, beautiful way, in the most lovely, perfect, synchronized timing, coming from that place of the heart and the multidimensional energy we bring into it, and allowing the magic to happen, that there's a transmission in every connection that you're making from that multidimensional realm, that you're awakening people every single step, that you're contacting them, even in the offer of a consult, you're awakening them. In every step, you're awakening them and you're awakening yourself. So it's an intent, realizing it's the grace of God that allows it to be. There is no future to focus on. There's only this moment that matters. So why I'm on consults, people are like, well, let's get to, okay, you want to offer your service. What is it? How much does it cost? Okay, you don't want to be present is what you're telling me. Okay, we'll get there. Okay, let's just be present here and now. Is that okay? Yes. Okay, let's proceed. Let's take it one step at a time, whatever it is going on. Let's be present. Let's not stop thinking about the end point constantly and worrying about, is it going to work? Is it not going to work? Sort of thing. Okay, let's see if I've got another one real quick. Oh, I see like a bird like sharing their music. Like, share your voice with the world. I mean, I know like a lot of things I'm sharing today I haven't shared for a long time with audiences because my mind says, oh, those are such basic things. Everybody knows about this stuff, right? And it's just not true, number one. Number two, even if people know about it, they need to hear it again. You know, people need to hear. Why do we keep reading the same quotes again and again all the time, right? I got quotes I read again and again all the time. We read our affirmation because we need to continue to be with those things, right? Because otherwise we lose our way. We lose our way. So what I'm trying to say is share your sweet music with the world, and don't be concerned if there's millions of other birds singing similar tunes. What you're meant to share is so important, is so vital and important that you matter. You know, I feel emotion behind this, like you matter. You matter. Your voice matters, and it wants to be heard in the world. So bring your presence, bring your voice, share what it is that you feel you want to be sharing, you feel needs to be shared, and trust that that's right, that's correct, rather than second guessing yourself like I have, you know, certainly many times in my life. Yeah, I even mentioned on this live, like part of me is like, man, to offer information like this is so commonplace, it's so ordinary, some of this information, and then it's just not even true. And then you come to realize it's not even true. And maybe it's the most important thing you must share, is the thing you think nobody cares about, or it's already been said a million times. It may be the most important thing you need to share. Okay, that's it for now. So I did a couple messages for the group. Hey, Denise, good to see you. All right. Love you all so much. Hey, if anybody wants an energy scan today, this is your opportunity. I wish I had queued it up a little earlier for you. Just put energy scan, please, in the comments. If you would like a 3 to 5 minute energy scan where just tune in, see what messages I'm getting for you as it relates to awakened sales. Happy to share with you today. If you put an energy scan, please, in the comments. Don't be bashful. Okay. Yeah, I usually take people that haven't gotten one here, you know, before first, and but I'm always happy to do additional scans for people that even, you know, return again and again, which I appreciate you being willing to receive. Okay, oh, Kelsey was here. I don't know if she's still here. Good to see you as well. Okay, well, we'll see if there's anybody coming in. on that, but I just, I just want to say that what's coming through the message. Folks, yeah, this channeling thing, you see how I get into this channel? I'm going to tell you this. Like, I'm intending anyway, until I launch it, I won't say it's for real. I have a program that I'm putting together, and I'm being very rigorous in creating it, and I will be launching it likely in the near future. Part of it is to support people in learning to channel their success. There's things, certain specific things we channel, and then we get focused on, become like a focus, an ongoing focus for us, right? Okay, I need to brush my teeth each day. Okay, I'm going to do that every day, right? And then there's so many other variables that we don't know each day, right? We don't know. Like, technology's working good today, right? So like, okay, this was work. What if it didn't? Oh my God, I got this concept. I'm doing X amount of lives every month, and it works like this, it works like that. Oh my God, something unexpected came up. Now what do I do? Easy. Tune in. What's your guidance tell you to do, right? When you're with somebody you don't know what to say, just channel it. Oh, I don't know what to say to this person. I'm in this sales consultation. I don't know what to say. Just close your eyes, maybe like I do even on these lives. Just say, hey, listen, let me just tune in here for a second. You know what I'm getting is boom, 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 boom. You don't have to be some super intuitive to do this. Just basic stuff. In fact, I've taught people for years to be able to tune in a deeper level, finally to trust your intuitive gifts. So just allow yourself to constantly tune in a little bit deeper. Slow things down just a little bit. Just a little bit, just to tune in and go a little deeper. It's a big key. Okay, Lisa says, if no one else is going, then I'd like an energy scan. It's November now. All right, okay. All right, let's do one for Lisa then. Okay, and she said earlier, those are willing to feel like a fool will succeed. That's right. A fool I am then. All right, that's right. The more you're willing to feel like a fool, the bigger your success will be. That's a virtual guarantee. Like, the more you're willing to feel like a fool, I can almost guarantee you'll have way more success, right? All right, so let's tune in for Lisa. They're showing me you giving out gifts. Excuse me. I get a real personal touch energy with you. It might be really lovely for you to take loving, caring time to write out like invitation cards, or create something artistically with it or something, but something like that. But it's a personal touch that you send out to people, something that's of a personal touch, and you just do it from the love of your heart. And here's what I ask you to do with that. Is to put them on a list then to follow up at some point. Then as you have, like, I'm giving you guys so many marketing ideas. This could be for other people too. So you send out all these beautiful, let's say they're greeting cards or something you created, whatever. You sign it, you put all this lovely energy into it. It could take you 5 minutes per card, and you send it out, I don't know, is it 50 cents to send something out these days? I don't know. Whatever, it's going to cost a little bit of money, right? A few dollars. But a lot of people say, Tripwire, get them to send you money. What if you start sending other people gifts? What if say a Tripwire the other way? This is where the creativity and fun comes in for our tribe, right? Hey, let's innovate. Let's do things differently than the same old stuff, right? Maybe you send somebody something, and then you put them on a list or like on a tickler file. You don't have to do anything with them right away, but they'll probably get back to you, say, hey, oh my God, you sent me this stuff, and send me this beautiful thing. Maybe put a gift card in there even, or, like for $5, whatever. It doesn't have to be big, but you send something to them, something beautiful. It doesn't have to be anything but a card. It could be just something lovely with nice energy and words and healing energy or whatever. You send it to them, and then they're on a tickler file. And then when the time feels right, you could reach out to them and say, hey, I want to give you another gift now. I'd love to give you a consult. Folks, you see how easy this can be? You could send out these beautiful cards to people. Everybody would love. Hey, I'm going to send you a card with healing energy. I love it. It's there's no gimmicks. I'm not looking for anything. I just want to send you a beautiful card. People you know, maybe people you don't even know. Like, hey, this is just a mission in my life. I love sending out these beautiful handmade cards I do, or this beautiful message I like to send to people. It's a physical thing I like to send out. I understand if you don't, feel good about giving me your physical address. That's okay. But I'd love to, mail it to you if you'd like to receive it. And if so, then I'm going to go ahead and send this to you if you like. It could be someone's a stranger. You don't even need to know them. Trust me, it'll work. So you can do things like this, and you put them on a tickler file and just keep tuning in. Okay, these are the people I'm loving. You put them on an altar every day and just pray for them every day. And then you say, okay, is somebody asking for my help today? Oh, I'm kind of feeling like I should contact this person today. I think I'll offer them a consult. And then you have these people you can offer consults to. I already gave them one gift, now you're going to give them another one. And, if you want to go with psychology with all this, it's like the more you give to people, the more that they want to give back. Not that that's maybe always the best reason for someone to hire you, but if it resonates for them what you have to offer, their receptivity is going to go through the roof. I think even way more than a tripwire that they spent $7 on you, right? I think way more. So these are things that, again, there's so many marketing truths out there, but sometimes there's higher order marketing truths out there that we got to consider. I'm not saying this is for everybody. I'm just saying, here's another idea, folks. This could be a fun way to market. Okay, let me see what else I get for Lisa. If I get one more quick thing. Clean out your house. So this is just a practical thing with your energy. It just feels like there's things that need to be let go of, given away. I say this to some of my other clients that I know this with, and I could probably stand to do some more myself. Again, it's the oneness field, but like the more we're willing to let go quicker, the faster things will tend to shift in our life. And the more deeper things will start to shift because you're not attached. You're practicing non-attachment. Okay, this thing I've been so attached with, okay, giving it away, or I'm selling it, or whatever. I'm letting this thing go finally. So there's so many opportunities, and those are like gifts you can give to people. Again, at least I get a sense of generosity of you giving in certain specific ways and then saying a big no to people that take advantage of you in other ways, right? The energy suckers in your life, like just not doing that anymore. You have to be firm about that. Not over giving in other areas. This is purposeful, mindful giving that feels good to you. Don't do it if it doesn't feel good. Okay. All right. Hopefully something in there was helpful. And says, I love making greeting cards, usually using recycled cards. So fun. Sometimes I don't get the cards sent out. Yeah. That's okay. Sometimes I like to send out, like Anne, I did this with recently, because I know I've gotten to know Anne a little bit. Lisa says, all on point with all that info. Thank you. Awesome. I'm connected with this Love Cacao product, and it's like a ceremonial grade cacao. And, when I feel called to, I get people's mailing addresses, and I say, hey, I have a cup of cacao on me. And I've been purposeful in doing it in a way that feels just like, it feels good. It feels generous. It feels loving and kind and just fun. And then to just let go of it. And the reality is like, I do know it has other purposes. I'm aware of that. But I also know that it just feels good to do it. Would I do this if there's no sense of like I could receive something back from it? If it still feels good, then that's something to do. If we do something with the idea of getting a return, then we're too attached to our return, and then it's not true giving anyway, right? So with Love Cacao, I happen to be an affiliate of it. It's a little, I'm a super affiliate, I guess, with that company. But honestly, I mean, that's not my big purpose in life, is to be making money on that. But at all. But it's it is makes it funner. It's like, hey, that would be cool. If people every once in a while decide to be customers and they're really enjoying it. I have one person that really enjoys it, and it's done wonders for her. She's swears by it. So anyway, yeah, these with the cards, that could change someone's life. A card you send them could change their life, receiving that card from you. So, all right, great. So I'm about to do some. I didn't see any more energy scan requests, so I think what we'll do, I'll just double check. I'll go ahead and do some channeled messages and a channeled prayer to wrap us up today. So let me see what channeled messages I get first. Soar with angel wings. It's soar and fly like the eagle that you are, guardian of the consciousness of the planet. Go to the places that you're guided to. Trust your deeper instincts. Know that you're simply here to bring love, nourishing those in the flock of humanity and on the planet that need your nourishment. There is no need for any concern to receive, for within this giving, the natural receiving is happening when you're connected. When you're connected. Lay your energy intentions strong and clear of the fulfillment you want to bring to yourself and others, and watch it unfold from this place of love and joy and givingness for the highest benefit of all. Thank you. Okay, feels like a few guides on that one. So you're an Archangel Michael and Jesus and whatnot. So I don't know. There's just a channel message. Let's see if we get another one. Dance and frolic. Have fun with all things. A little bit of mischief can go a long way to the fulfillment of your purpose. Love it all. Thank you. Oh, yes, that was great. That is so important, isn't it, folks? All right, let's see if we get another one. This is a clear Buddha energy. Let's see, Buddha vibe. Empty yourself. Hear the still, clear voice within. The foundation that you rest in provides for all. Be awake and aware of this truth. Let all be served from this mighty foundation. It's already here now. Thank you. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and go into a brief channel prayer to round things off today. Take that nice deep breath in through your nose, up through your crown chakra, up through your higher self, up to love, light, source, energy, up into the all in all. And as you exhale through your mouth, this energy come back down through your higher self, down through your crown chakra, down through all your chakras, through visible body, through your auric field, down through your feet, down through your root chakra, down to the core of the earth. As I speak these words and the I am, for everyone that listens to my voice, as I recognize God, love, life, source, spirit is all there is. I'm grateful. Life has given me the opportunity to love myself in every moment. As I embrace the fullness of life itself in all its machinations and varieties, I'm grateful that my harvest is always full. So I'm grateful from that place that I can love and appreciate exactly what is right now. And from that place, I know that my heart opens to love more. And as I love more, I receive more. And as I receive more, I know that there's more of the presence of Source within me that wants to guide and lead me and all for the highest good of all, now and always. From that place, I'm grateful to surrender and to trust what is true for me on this day, and take rapid action on it and allow it to become a fact in my life. With no sense of control, only a sense of joy, love, and givingness, knowing the mighty power in my intention to love and to serve fulfills all great things when I let it be so. So thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you for the value that I'm here to share, which is infinite and priceless, and I'm willing to be clear about my value in every way possible and to let it resonate. So as I let it be so, I put a stake in the ground for it. I manifest the highest good for me, for all, and for everything, and let it be done. Thank you, God, and so it is. Okay, everybody. All right. Wonderful being with you all. I'm so grateful to share with you today. Again, I'll be back 3 p.m. Central next Monday for another Weekend Sales Facebook Live. Love you all so much, and appreciate all of you. Thanks, Lisa. Thanks, Brian, for your comments. Thanks, Ann. Thanks, everyone. Okay. Love you lots. Goodbye for now.